So now we're going to talk about your role as leader in the school. The last time it was about your role as leader in your classroom, but Standard 1 under Part 2 talks about your being collaborative in an effort to increase the fullness of your professional learning community. And that means working with your peers to analyze data, to use the data, to participate in professional development and all of that. So let's just talk about a few of those things and the ways that you can evidence them. Um, in terms of analyzing data, that's extremely, extremely important because we don't do anything in our schools, or we shouldn't, without it being informed by data. And so you have data of all kinds. You have your classroom data, your student grades and performance data. You have attendance data. You have information on families and communities and socioeconomic data. We have information on our school culture. All of this is data. And then that data is analyzed. And then the analysis of it leads us to having information. The information then is knowledge. From that knowledge, we can form statements and generalities about things. That then becomes where we can make decisions. And once we make decisions, we take action. And so there's that whole cycle that we use, but it begins with data. Where do you fall in that process? Are you helping to collect data? And you are as a teacher. Are you helping to collect data school-wide? Is there a way for you to serve on a committee or on a team that does just that? Let's just say your school is interested in learning a little bit more about the community. What careers exist in the community that serve as models for students as they're thinking about their careers? Could you participate in that? Beyond the collection of data, there's the analysis of data. Are you interested in serving with a group in your school that analyzes data? Do you have that opportunity to work with them in that regard? And then the decision-making piece, and then the taking action piece. All of that, again, is in that cycle. You have to find somewhere in there where you can participate. And when you do, keep documentation of your participation. That's your evidence that you're serving as a leader in the school with regard to data and analyzing and utilizing data. Or perhaps you're more interested in the school improvement plan itself. So there are opportunities for you to work with a team to either write the school improvement plan or new components, or to develop it, to tweak it and revise it. Don't walk away from those opportunities because therein is growth for you as a school leader. There are opportunities for you to serve when it comes to the school budget, to make recommendations to your school principal and to that team that helps to develop the budget, putting your suggestions in as to how funds should best be used, or suggesting things that could improve students in the classroom that may not have been considered before. And people want your ideas. And so if you can serve on a committee that looks at school budget, that's a great opportunity to serve as a school leader and to develop your leadership. Then there are opportunities in professional development, which we all have to do anyway. So you keep documentation of those sessions that you've attended, what you've learned, and how that learning can inform and will inform your work as a teacher and as a colleague in that school. So sometimes it's just note-taking and reflections that you make in a journal that you can use as evidence, and particularly in a situation like, in a case like this, with professional development, you keep your notes on what you are learning and how you are applying it on a regular basis. There's the hiring process. When your school is looking to hire, let's say, a new third grade teacher or a new physical education teacher or media coordinator, if you can be involved in that process, that will require you to step up your leadership, because you will then be bringing forth the things that you know describe that school's climate and culture, and you'll apply that to the selection process. You want someone who's going to be a good fit, but that doesn't preclude looking for someone who brings in new perspectives either. So being active on a committee that is looking at the hiring of a new school faculty member or staff member is another way that you can exert your leadership. Then there is that help that that person that you just hired, the help that you give them serving as a mentor, that's a great opportunity for you to use your sense of leadership. Whether you serve as a mentor in a very designated way with the title mentor, or whether you just serve because you feel like it's the right thing to do to help this person get adjusted, that's being a great leader. This concludes this talk on suggested evidences for your role as a leader in your school under Standard 1.